let me start with this. This Chris Hughton.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Chris, which moment?
Yeah, with you.
You Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
He speaks very good English.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
You're a good friend.
Because of where he comes from.
Yeah.
Speaks very good English. But sometimes what he says, if you analyze it critically, you realize that it is not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
There's no consistency in some of the things that he says.
Why are you saying that?
Fifi just talked about Ashimeru.
Yes.
And the fact that he was in there for some time and he played him for 45 minutes in a game.
So virtually he's been inactive, just like the day are you.
Good. What about Amati? What about Amati? Has he been active? Then Amati, has he been active? I'm asking you.
Oh, not really.
Not really or not really? I mean, I don't get it. So has Amati been active?
But why do you want to put him on the spot?
The day are you? Has he been active?
Oh no, that one you know.
Richard Ofori, our goalkeeper, has he been active for Orlando Pirates now?
Not really.
So what is he saying?
Kasim Adams.
So no. So for his team in Germany,
Yeah.
Has he been active?
Not really.
So what is he saying?
Edmonado.
No. So what exactly is this? But I think he's so confused.
No, but he was saying that he couldn't start Ashimeri in that game against Madagascar because he's been inactive because of injury. Look, there's a difference. Maybe Kasim Adams has not been active because he's got competitors who are better than him. But this guy was not playing because he was injured. And that's the difference. So maybe Kasim Adams is not injured, but he's just not playing because he's got competitors who are better than him.
So we don't have competitors who are better than Kasim Adams, just like you said, Richard Ofori, we don't have competitors who are better than they are. Don't we have competitors who are better than they are? We have them.
Mm-hmm.
We have them. But what he's done so far is to stick to Otuado's
template.
Group of players. The same players, just run. Because what even bothers my mind the most is that he selects players for look at our back line. Look at our back line. We select players for a competition or for a particular game. The next game, we drop some of them or all of them. We go for new players. And we have not been very consistent even with our back line.
We are battling injuries with our back line. Dennis Odoi, the last 5 matches for the Black Stars was not called basically because he was inactive because of injury. Now, if you look at our back line, apart from Baba Rahman, Alexander Djiku has been battling injury. Mohamed Salisu has not played football for AS Monaco.
I'm not talking about...
you mentioned,
but let me...
You mentioned the back line. Why we have not been consistent with the call-up?
I am not talking about when the players who you mentioned, when they are injured. I'm talking about when they were even there.
But if when they were
when
there,
the players were actively playing, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think there was some bit of consistency in there. Because Salisu, Djiku, Amate used to come.
So what is saying? Me, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you play one player who has been out for some time.
Yeah.
When you are asked about another player, say that he's not been very consistent.
That's why you dropped him.
Yes, that's why you dropped him. He's not been very consistent. I'm asking, has Amate been consistent? Has Richard Ofori? For Orlando Pirates, he's not kept the post for Orlando Pirates the whole season. I think the only situation where he got active with Orlando Pirates was during preseason, if my record is correct.
Okay.
He's not been active for Orlando Pirates this season. But he's our number one goalkeeper. He kept the post when we played against Madagascar here at the Barbara Sports. Then the next game against Comoros, he was also in post for the Black Stars. The day are you for the past 6 or so months, he's not been very active. Running all over the place looking for a team. He's not been active, but he started.
Yeah.
So when you ask a question, it's Ashimeru has been injured, and I just don't get it. I don't get what he means by that. That's just by the way.
Okay. You got 4 minutes?
You see, I don't know why when it comes to this case, you want to just put me in a box or
but
something.
you go do everything in 3 minutes for me.
Why do you always want to put me in a box anytime it comes to the discussion?
Because we don't have time. But okay, you talk. You Chris, what are the bio?
I know. I'm sensitive.
But you see, see about a judgment debt because you're the one that was Christianity lyrical. You brought data and science.
Yes.
Especially data. You told us how Christianity's numbers are good.
Yeah.
And numbers don't lie.
As
compared to Otuado. Otuado is a trader scout. Javier,
you see, if you have
mm-hmm.
5 people competing for a certain position,
sure.
If you want to select one of them, you use science and data to select them.
That's
plus
true.
Other considerations.
Yeah.
So my point at that time was that based on the evidence that I had at that time, the number of people who were contesting for the Black Stars job, he for me was the best.
Okay.
He for me was the best.
Based on what he had done before. Okay.
He for me was the best.
Okay.
And when it comes to coaching, apart from what you have done, other things that maybe you have to look at. What you have done, your track record also puts you in good step for you to get a job. So it's on that basis that I said. And then just like Hughton was saying, we played against Madagascar. Fortunately, we were able to win against Madagascar.
Yeah.
Whether they came late or early or whatever, we won. We got our 3 points.
Yeah.
Then fortunately for us, Mali drew their game.
Central African Republic.
Yes. So when we're going to Comoros for the second game of our group, I felt that we had to win that game to make sure that at least we get 6 points.
I think Mali played before we did, so we knew the results. Okay.
To get 6 points.
Okay.
And the advantage is that Comoros will come here and hopefully we'll beat them. So we pick 6 points off Comoros.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you are playing in some of these qualifiers, some of these things are very, very important.
Yeah.
Especially if you have the advantage of playing away first. You have to make sure that when you go away, you're able to get at least some point, something out of the game. So that when the return encounter is played in your backyard, you can take full advantage and maybe beat them. But when I saw the starting 11 for the Black Stars, I told myself that day that we have picked in certain departments of our game the wrong personnel for the game against Comoros.
You were disappointed with the lineup?
Yes. Because we had the benefit of hindsight. Just like Fifi and Eugene said earlier. When we played against Madagascar, our first half performance was awful. We didn't do well in the first half.
Yeah.
We all complain about the way the Black Stars played in the first half.
Yeah.
Basically because we decided to play with 2 holding midfielders in Salis Abdul Samed and Baba Idris. It didn't help us in the first half.
Okay.
We didn't have any progressor of the ball, somebody who could take the ball forward for us. We didn't have it in the first half.
Okay.
But in the second half, when Ashimeri was introduced, we saw that everything changed. Because you could progress the ball, and subsequent to that, we also had these 2 players come on, Nyama and this Oscar Bukari.
Bukari came. Dennis Odo also came in.
Dennis Odo also came in because Alidu was not overlapping enough for us. He was not hitting the flanks for us. Okay. So the 3 substitutions that we effected, or the 5 substitutions that we effected, helped the cause of the Black Stars in that game against Madagascar.
Okay.
So going into a game against Comoros, because we have the benefit of hindsight, you expect that the coach will go into that game with a certain mindset to play very well in the first half and even maybe in the second half, because we didn't do well in the first half at the Baba Sports Stadium.
Okay.
But the coach basically selected the same team that didn't do well in the first half against Madagascar for a game against Comoros.
He made only 3 changes.
4 changes. So Salis starts, Baba Idrisu starts again.
Yeah.
And this time, instead of Ashimeri, who we were expecting to start, he played the Ayu. I said, how can you play the Ayu as a progressor of the ball for the Black Stars? The guy has been inactive for the past 6 months. The day has not seen football. He's all over the place looking for a club. He's not even settled. But you play him in a game that we need at least some points from.
Yeah.
A game that we needed to at least get a point or even go on and win. You start the day. And in the first 45 minutes of the game, you realize that we didn't play.
But we created chances.
See, I'll come to chances later. You don't just take the wind out of my eyes. I'll come to chances
okay, Prof.
later.
Okay, Prof.
Because football is not basketball where we score 100 goals or 120 goals. Football is not basketball. I've seen people, okay, fine, create a chance, you have to score. But football is not basketball, where every chance that you create, even in basketball, you don't get a bucket for every shot you take. You get what I'm saying? So we suffered in the first 45 minutes of the game. When we played against Madagascar here at the Barbara Sports Stadium, the coach Chris Hughton effected his first change in the 46th minute. He even effected 2 substitutions, just like you said.
Yeah.
Udo and Ashimeru came in for Ali Disedu and Baba Idusu.
Okay.
46th minute, just when the second half started. Then the second substitution was done in the 63rd minute, but between the 63rd to the 73rd minute. He also effected 2 substitutions at that time. Nuyama and Adams, because of injury to Amati, Adams also came on.
Okay.
Then 82nd minute, Osman Bukari also came on. When we were drawing the game, in that particular game, we were drawing the game.
Goalless.
It was goalless at that time. It was goalless at that time.
Okay.
But in a game against Comoros, we were down by a 1-0 as early as the first half. The first substitution was effected in the 46th minute. Kudus came in for the day, which I think was in order because the day was he was a passenger in the game. He was not adding anything to the Black Stars, the cause of the Black Stars in that game.
Okay.
Then, 66th minute, Nuyama and Ashimeru came. But the point I'm making is that at that time, we were down by a 0-0.
Okay.
The first substitution was done in the 46th minute. The second one was done in the 66th minute, 20 solid minutes later. When we were down by a 0-0. And if you have the benefit of hindsight, these 2 players that you introduced to the game were basically the game changers for you, the first game that you played at the Barbara Sports against Madagascar.
Okay.
So why wait 20 solid minutes later to effect the substitution?
When it is we are down.
Yes. When we're down. Why? Why do you have to wait for 20 solid minutes from the first substitution to the second one? 20 solid minutes interval. Why do you have to do that? Then the last one was done between the 81st and the 88th minute. And you know what happened? Look at what the Comoros coach also did. The first Black Stars substitution was effected in the 46th minute. Then he also effected a substitution in the 59th minute. Second one for the Black Stars was 66th minute. Second for Comoros 2 times, two subs, 68th minute. Do you get it?
Yeah, I'm following.
The last for the Black Stars between the 81st and the 88th minute, he effected a substitution in the 85th minute. So whatever we did, he sent in players to counter us. That's basically what he was doing. Basically, that's what
And did it work for them?
it worked for him.
Really?
He was taking off forwards, bringing on midfielders and shoring up his defense and midfield. Basically, that's what he was doing. Because he knows Nyama, he knows Ashimeru, he knows them, he knows Kudus. He was so dumb not to have won a game against Madagascar. And look at the stats. This is the first half. You are telling this is the first half.
Okay.
If you join us on Facebook, this is the first half.
So 55% for the away team,
Yes.
for the home team, Comoros.
Yes.
Ghana played 45%.
Yes.
Goal attempt 5 for Comoros, 3 for Ghana. Shot on goal 3 for. Shot on target 3 for Comoros in the first half, 0 for Ghana.
Yes. Yes.
But have you know stats sometimes could be deceptive.
Did we have any shots on target in the first?
We didn't. That's why I'm saying that stats could be deceptive because.
So why are you contesting it? Is it not a fact?
I'm trying to analyze the stats.
No, you don't have to. But yes, it is there. It is a statistic. Did we have any shots on
Which
target in
could
the
be
first?
deceptive
How?
because the Antoine Semenyo chance was off target.
Was it on target?
No, it was not on target. But I'm saying that it doesn't paint a clear picture because that chance was easier to score than to miss.
We say shot on target. Was it on target?
No, it wasn't.
So what are you contesting?
I'm analyzing
You can analyze what if nothing is there to analyze. Why do you want to analyze it? We say shot on target, and we are talking about Antoine Semenyo. I'm asking, was it on target? He said no, so it's 0.
So is this painting the full picture?
So this is the first half.
Okay.
The stats. If you join us on Facebook, this stats shows the way we play or shows the way we played in the first 45 minutes of the game. But Joel, let's look at the second one. When the changes were effected, look at us.
73%.
Look at us.
This is second half possession.
Yes. Look at us.
And the second half, you're bomb.
So you get my drift now. You get my drift now. This is the way the Black Stars played in the second half.
We made 10 goal attempts.
Yes.
It's huge.
This is the way the Black Stars played in the second half. When we introduced the same players who helped us play better against Madagascar
In the
here
second half.
in the second half at the Bavaria Sports Stadium. So why keep those players on the bench? Why do you have to keep them on the bench? I just don't get it. Why? Why do you have to keep them on the bench? When the scoreline at the Bavaria Sports Stadium was 0-0 or 0-0, whatever you want to call it, we effected these substitutions, and we upped our game, and we won the game by a goal to 0. We play a game less than a week later.
Okay.
Because the Black Stars versus Madagascar was played on Friday.
Yeah.
This game was played on Tuesday. Then you go into the second game, and the mistake that you made in the first game, you go and repeat those same mistakes in the second game. Why? Why?
He didn't learn anything from the first
No.
game.
Clearly, that's what it tells me. That he didn't learn anything from the first game. But I'm going on.
Okay, Prof.
You see,
But Prof, you have 2 minutes.
I don't care about your time. When my time is up, you tell me I'll land.
Okay, Prof.
That is for Chris Hughton. But our players.
Yeah.
Hold your hand.